Welcome to the MamasteFit YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about some exercises that you can do to release tension in the round ligaments. During pregnancy, starting in the first trimester, you may start having some discomfort in the round ligaments where it's like a sharp shooting pain in your lower abdomen. So we're going to go over 3 exercises that you can do to help you find some relief so that you can have a comfortable pregnancy. Hey, my name is Gina. I'm a perinatal fitness trainer and birth doula and the founder of MamasteFit, and I am currently pregnant with my 4th baby, and so I'm going to show you some exercises that I've been doing during my pregnancy to help relieve round ligament pain. I started having round ligament pain early on in the first trimester because our uterus is growing rapidly as our baby is like doubling in size every week. And so these round ligaments that are attached to the front side of the uterus, they attach towards the top, all the way down to your labia. So this can also be known as lightning crotch because it is attached into the vagina area. And so the shooting pain can actually be felt like in the vagina. And so the round ligaments are helping to support your uterine position, but as the uterus is growing very rapidly, these ligaments are getting stretched very quickly as well. And if we have uneven tension in one versus the other, it can put a lot of pull in one, which can cause a lot of that discomfort towards one side. So for this round ligament workout, we're going to do 3 rounds, 30 seconds each, targeting this round ligament area. The round ligament is usually located between your hip bone and your belly button. Right in the middle of that, you may feel this band. If you're in your first trimester or the early part of your second trimester, you might just need to move your finger down a little bit to be able to feel the round ligament because your uterus has not quite reached that high yet. So for me, I'm feeling between my hip bone and my belly button, and I'm moving down a little bit to feel that round ligament, but generally it's in the same area as like our hip flexor or our psoas muscle. So we can start with the hip flexor release where we're going to tuck the butt underneath, push the hips forward, and then in this position you can massage the round ligament, or we can reach overhead to add more of a side body opener and then massage into that area. And then we're just going to focus on breathing here, and then we'll switch and do the opposite side. The next exercise that we can do is the 90-90 camel. This exercise is going to involve more movement, so this can really help to release some of that tension. So you'll start in a 90-90 position with one leg in front and external rotation, the other leg behind it, internal rotation. And we're first going to start by leaning towards that internally rotated leg to feel a stretch through that side body. And then I'm going to take this hand, place it behind me as I push the hips forward and reach overhead to feel a big stretch through this hip flexor round ligament area. And then I'll sit down, find my side body opener, reach behind me, as I reach overhead again to feel a stretch in that round ligament area, and then we'll switch and do the opposite side. The uterus is also supported by our abdominal wall, and so we're going to do a deep core exercise to help you engage the abdominals to help support the uterus, which can also help to relieve tension in our round ligaments. So for this portion of the workout, if you want to add on a Pilates ball or resistance band, feel free. I'll show you some variations, and during the workout, we can even progress each round as well. So for this deep core exercise, we're going to do a bird dog. So first, I'm going to try to pull my belly towards my spine, and I'm thinking pull my rib cage and pelvis closer together. I'm going to slightly hover an opposite hand and leg, and then exhale to extend while maintaining this engagement between my ribs and pelvis. So I'm not arching in the back as I extend that leg back. I'm maintaining this connection as I reach front to back. Now, if you want a little bit more challenge, you can put a Pilates ball underneath one knee, slightly hover, exhale to extend. This is going to add more instability to challenge the core even more. In the third variation, you're going to route a resistance band around your leg, and then the hand that's holding onto the band and opposite leg are going to exhale to extend. So this is going to give me more of a challenge in my upper body so that I really have to avoid arching in my back as I extend overhead. So you may find the bird dog variation is enough for you to challenge your core. You may want to add a little bit of instability or a little bit of resistance to increase the challenge of the bird dog to a level that you feel is challenging your core enough. And now if you want more mobility exercises and core exercises that you can do throughout your pregnancy to help you stay comfortable and strong, you can join our online prenatal fitness program. We offer our online prenatal fitness program in the Team Builder app, which is going to be daily workouts that include strength training, mobility work, pelvic floor exercises, and also pelvic opening exercises to help keep you strong throughout your pregnancy as you prepare for birth. And we also have our on-demand videos, which are more similar to this, where it's full-length workout videos that you can follow as you work out at the same time. You can check out both of those on our website at mamastefit.com/fitness-programs. So let's go ahead and get into the workout. We're going to start with that half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So start with that half kneeling position with one leg in front of you, the other leg is down. I'm going to tuck my butt underneath as I push the hips forward to feel a stretch in the front side of that hip. If you want, you can then reach overhead and away towards the opposite side to increase the stretch in the side body, and then just breathe here. Think big inhales down to this area, and then exhale, let go. Big inhale to that lower abdomen, or you can even massage gently as you are in this stretch. So big breath here, exhale, release. One more. And let's switch sides. So placing the other knee down, step that leg forward, tuck the butt underneath, and then push the hips forward. Reach overhead and then away to feel the stretch to that side body. And now you may feel that one side feels a lot tighter than the other for you. That's perfectly normal. We tend to be asymmetrical in nature, and so we're not like perfectly aligned on both sides. It doesn't mean that there's an issue with that. It's just something to be aware of in your own body. So big inhale here, exhale, let go. Last one. And let's move on to the 90-90 side camel. So we're going to come into that 90-90 position with one leg in front, one leg behind. I'm going to start with that side body opener. So I'm reaching overhead towards that internally rotated side. And then I'm placing the hand down behind me as I reach behind to feel a stretch in that hip flexor. So we're just going to alternate between the two, reaching overhead and then moving back to add some movement to that round ligament area to help release some of that tension. Now you may want to spend a little bit more time in one position, and that's perfectly fine. Like maybe you want to spend a little bit more time in that hip extended or that side body opener, whatever feels good for you. Now let's go ahead and switch sides. So place the other leg in front of you and then the opposite behind. You're going to reach for that side body opener, reach behind to find that hip extension. So we're coming down, reaching, and extending in the hip. And similar to the other side, you may feel that one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. There's maybe a little bit more restriction. That's perfectly fine and normal. About two more. Last one. So let's move on to our bird dog variation. Again, you can use the Pilates ball or the resistance band, or you can do chest the bird dog. For the first round, I'm just going to demo the bird dog, but feel free to choose the variations that feel good for you. So I'm going to start in the tabletop position. I'm going to pull my rib cage and pelvis closer together, almost if I'm rounding in my back just a little bit. Slightly hover an opposite hand, opposite leg. Exhale to extend, like you're trying to stand on the wall behind you, and then bring the hands back in. Slightly hover and extend, and then come back in. For the bird dog, we're going to do 1 minute for this. If you are doing a variation that is just one-sided, you'll just alternate to the other side, and we're about halfway through. So you're going to continue to alternate, really focus on avoiding any sort of arch in your back. Really trying to keep that engagement on the front side. It's really going to increase the activation. If you're doing one side at a time, feel free to switch sides at this time. Exhale to extend. Keep this engagement here. If you're finding that you're beginning to arch in your back or you're losing that engagement, you're not going to feel this quite as much in the core, which is what we're focusing on here to help support the uterus, to release tension in those round ligaments. Last one. And let's move back to round number 2 to our hip flexor release. So we're going to come into that half kneeling hip flexor release, tucking the butt underneath. We're going to reach overhead and then towards the opposite side to feel a stretch to that side body, all the way through that hip flexor area. And then just breathing here. If you want to massage this area, feel free as well. About 2 more breaths here. And let's go ahead and switch sides. So you're going to place weight into the opposite knee. I'm going to tuck the butt underneath, push the hips forward, reach overhead, and then feel a stretch through that side body. And just breathing here. If you want to do gentle massage to that round ligament area, feel free. For me, the left side feels a lot tighter than the right side. And so I'm really focusing on targeting my breath towards the lower abdomen, almost as if I'm trying to like expand and stretch that area with my breath. About 2 more breaths. And moving on to our side camel. So we're going to come to that 90-90 position, one leg in front, the other leg behind. I'm going to reach overhead for that side body opener. Place that hand behind me as I extend in the hip, and then alternating between these two. If you want to spend a little bit more time in one position, feel free. You don't need to rush between the two. For me, I find like more movement feels better for me since I just did that static stretch with the hip flexor release. But you may find that you want to spend a little bit more time or move more slowly through these, which is totally valid as well. About 1 more, and then we'll switch sides. And let's switch to the other side. So bring in the other leg in front, the other leg behind. We'll start with our side body opener, reaching behind, and then extending that hip. Last one. Let's move on to our bird dog variation. For this round, I'm going to demo with the Pilates ball. If you want to just do the standard variation of the bird dog, feel free. Or if you prefer the resistance band, you can do that as well. So I'm going to place the Pilates ball underneath my knee. I'm going to put weight into the hand that's opposite of that Pilates ball, slightly hover, and then exhale to extend. Really focusing on rib cage and pelvis staying connected, and then coming back down. Exhale to extend. Inhale, back in. Last one. And then switch sides. Place that Pilates ball underneath the other knee. If you don't have a Pilates ball, you can also just use like a soft pillow as well. Slightly hover, exhale to extend. Keep that connection to the rib cage and pelvis. Inhale back in. Exhale to extend like you're trying to stand on a wall behind you without arching in the back. Last one. Let's move on to round number 3. Back to that hip flexor release, the 90-90 camel, and then we'll finish this up with that bird dog. So coming into our half kneeling position, I'm going to tuck the butt underneath, push the hips forward, and then if you want, you can add that side body opener and any sort of little massage that you want to do. And then just breathing here, allowing the static stretch to just release and stretch that area. One more breath here. And let's switch sides. So placing the other knee down, step the opposite forward. We're going to tuck the butt underneath, push those hips forward, and then reach overhead. Moving on to that 90-90 side camel. So we're coming into that 90-90 position. I'm going to reach overhead for that side body opener, behind me for that hip extension, and then alternate between the two. And like we talked about last round, I personally like the extra movement to help release tension after doing the static stretch of the half kneeling hip flexor release. You may prefer to continue to be in a static position and spending a little bit more time here or a little bit more time here. And so explore what feels good for you in your body and be okay with doing something different than me. Because what feels good for me in my body may not be exactly what you need in yours. And let's switch sides. So bring in the other leg in front, opposite leg behind. We'll start with that side body opener, reach behind to extend in the hip, and then just alternating between these two. Last one. Moving on to our bird dog. For this variation, I'm going to demo with the resistance band, but if you want to do just a normal bird dog or the one with the Pilates ball, feel free to do that variation instead. So I'm going to start by placing that resistance band around my knee that's going to stay down, and then holding the band in that same side hand. Slightly hover in that resistance band and opposite knee, and then exhale to extend, really focusing on keeping that rib cage and pelvis connected. Inhale back in. So every exhale that I do with extension, I'm really focusing on that rib cage and pelvis pulling towards each other. You're going to feel your core turn on so much more. If you have a bigger belly, you can also think like exhale, pull baby to spine, which tends to prompt us into more of a rounded position. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So I'm just going to take the band, put it on the opposite knee, come back to my position, and then slightly hover, exhale to extend, inhale back in. One more, and that's it. So that is our round ligament release workout that you can try. You can incorporate it into your daily prenatal routine or several times a week if you're experiencing any round ligament pain. Usually it's felt towards one side, and it can be like a sudden sharp pain or even that lightning crotch feeling that's like deep in the vagina. Knowing that there's things that you can do to help you stay comfortable throughout your pregnancy, and is not something that you need to suffer through, I find to be very empowering during my own prenatal experience, and I hope that it's helpful for you as well. If you want more support throughout your pregnancy, you can join our online prenatal fitness programs. We have our self-paced program that's in the Team Builder app, which is a list of exercises with short demo videos, and then we also have our full-length workout videos that are videos that you follow along at the same time. If you prefer more of a yoga format, we do offer prenatal yoga as well. And you can check out all of our course options at mamastefit.com/fitness-programs. And you can use code YouTube10 to get 10% off any of our online programs and online courses. So if you want to grab childbirth education or our pellet for prep course, feel free to do that as well. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you get notified whenever we release new videos. We release one new workout video every week and 1 or 2 educational videos every week as well.